there's been a rumor swirling around the interweb
Yeah.
that the Atlanta Falcons might be interested in moving Cordarrelle Patterson, who was their starting running back, is the all-time leader in kick return touchdowns, but may not have a place on their roster after drafting Bijan Robinson in the top 10 this year and drafting Tyler Allgeier last year, who ran the ball all over the Browns' defense.
Yeah.
We talked the other day about Jerome Ford possibly being RB2, but we're not sure exactly what his skill set is in limited action last year. Does Cordarrelle Patterson kind of fit the mold of what you want? And if so, do you think the Browns should be interested in the Falcons?
How old is Cordarrelle? Is he 30?
32, ain't he?
So he's 32 on the
He was
final
hurt a
year of
lot
his
last
contract.
year, right?
This is the last year of his contract. Steve actually made his contract. I think it's 2 or 3 down if you want to
But
go. With the,
didn't he miss a lot of games last year?
Yes.
he did miss a couple
But he
games
was
last year,
leading the league in rushing before he did.
I mean, 2 years ago he had a great year, guys. The cap hit is very little, 5.5. Now, I'm giving up nothing for him, like 6th-round pick.
Yeah. Listen,
I think that's all it would take to get him.
If the Browns,
I'd take him. Absolutely.
If the Browns was to make this trade, it would tell me one thing: Jerome Ford ain't ready, because they're essentially the same people. Both kick returners.
Right, he's a more proven version.
It would just tell me Jerome Ford is not ready to play.
I don't think they'll do it. I'd be surprised if the Browns went.
It's redundant. You got the younger version of him already on your roster.
He was a wide receiver when he first came into the league.
They talk about how Jerome Ford catches out the backfield unbelievably. So you're literally.
I think they're committed to going with the young guy.
Exactly, I mean, and this is not the Browns thing. They don't bring in 32-year-old guys.
Like I'd be surprised, but I'd be happy if they did.
But then again, they got Rodney McLeod, so he's 32. But Jim Schwartz is there. If Cordarrelle Patterson. Does he got history with Kevin Stefanski in any way? Did he play?
He played in Minnesota.
He did play in Minnesota,
yeah. Oh, so it's some history there.
I'm not crazy about that, am I?
I'll double check.
Yeah, he played in Minnesota.
Wasn't that his original team?
I think that's who he got drafted to. But he did. But he was just a returner there. He was playing wide receiver there.
Yeah, but I don't know how.
He was drafted by Minnesota.
Yeah.
So he does have a history. He played 4 years with Stefanski there.
So I think we missing a couple guys. I think you got Demetri Felton.
He's still there.
He's still there. I mean, they want to give an opportunity to some of these young dudes. I just think that
it is a young man's position.
Yeah, it's a young guys. If they was going to do that, they would have kept Kareem Hunt. And for me, I just keep coming back to it. I just don't know if those guys are going to be huge like that.
The only thing I'll say with Kareem Hunt, he probably, and correct me if I'm using this improperly, but I think Kareem Hunt thought he was him.
Yes.
And he ain't.
And
Well done.
No, I mean, Kareem, have you heard a single rumor about Kareem Hunt?
No.
I have not even heard him linked to a team.
Not a single team.
The only thing I've heard about Kareem Hunt is us and other Browns media members being like,
no.
Should the Browns even consider bringing him back?
He and Zeke Elliott are still out there at running back. In the end, I'm fine with them making Jerome Ford the second back, the pass catching back, and seeing what he's got. But I think if they traded a 6th-round pick for Cordarrelle Patterson, I think we'd all be fine with that, right?
It wouldn't bother me.
I wouldn't get it.
I don't care.
I think the guy's been pretty good when he's been on the field.
If they do this, it's literally an insurance policy. I think that's all it is.
Yeah. He does, and I don't know exactly how much he has left. I remember watching him get injured, playing all them years on turf. And just
he's been through it. He might not have much left in the tank.
And then he's a kick returner. I mean, he was a return. His body was on special teams.
Yeah.
I don't know how much he has left. To me,
if you was to bring him in as just a returner, but then they got I guess Grant might not be here. If they bring if Nick Chubb went down and Jerome,
but you're not paying $5.5 million to a guy to just be a returner.
Would you give Devin Hester $5.5 million?
Well, that's Hester.
Well,
that's Hall of Fame Hester.
I would not.
Back when he
even at his best, I wouldn't have.
Oh, I would have.
I would have.
Devin Hester.
What's the most Devin Hester ever got paid in a year?
Hold on.
Do we know that?
Devin Hester,
I don't know that. But
Devin Hester was winning Super Bowls. I'm like, he didn't took a kick back the first kick.
Opening kickoff.
Man, this dude is. Devin Hester was
him and Ted Ginn did it the same year.
The Broncos are tied to Kareem Hunt.
Oh, they are.
We can't hear Steve.
He said that the Broncos are tied to Kareem Hunt.
Melvin
Jeremy
Gordon.
Fowler reported it.
And their starting back got hurt, tore his ACL last year. Javonte Williams.
Devin Hester has made $5.5 million in his second big contract. So he never made more than 5.5, but he made exactly what?
5.5 he made in 1 year?
Yeah, he's on a 4-year, $22 million deal. So
All right.
So you were saying.
I ain't paying $5.5 million for a return.
Like,
They did.
Well-
Back
back then, they're taking a return out of the game.
yeah, the return, right? Nobody's paying $5.5 million.
They
now,
taking
though.
that out of the like.
So
that-
you telling me,
Yeah.
if, God forbid, Nick Chubb went down, Jerome Ford became the starter, you wouldn't want a guy at kick return that could potentially
Well,
take it to
but
the
I
house?
think if you trade for Patterson, he's your number 2 back, I think.
No.
Why
no,
not?
I'm saying, if Nick Chubb went down, you would just automatically start Cordarrelle Patterson.
I mean, that would be my assumption right now. If Ford looks like the better player in training
Well,
camp,
you just told me it was
yeah.
a young man's game.
I feel like
in general, yes, but I haven't seen him play enough to know.
I'm gonna
if he's
keep it.
any
I'm gonna
good.
keep it real. I think the way the Browns run the ball, anybody can get money off. Like you got to think about it. Like
That's not true.
Dearness Johnson looked like one of the greatest running backs I've ever
Well,
seen.
but that was just one game.
I mean, he
did look great in that game, though.
I mean,
The offensive line was clicking.
the Browns can run
I
the ball.
said that, and people scolded me when I said that. I said the offensive line is really good.
Well,
but that
but
wasn't
Nick,
the case last
wait
year
a
because
second,
Kareem
though.
Hunt never got loose.
But Kareem Hunt didn't look like Nick Chubb did last year.
no, because
They didn't run. So it matters who the back is.
Yeah.
I think there's a certain level of
Yes.
the O-line brings it up more.
Well,
So,
2
so,
years
so
ago-
Nick Chubb had how many yards last year? 1,500.
I don't remember the exact number somewhere.
Chubb had 1,500.
oh
last
yeah,
year.
1,500.
Chubb
Yeah.
had 15 last year, yeah.
I thought you was
Yeah,
talking
that-
about
yeah.
Kareem.
I think they're. Yeah, look, I'm not even gonna talk about the backs no more. Let's.
They moving to the air
I like-
raid anyway.
I like what's the name? Give me Jerome Ford. I think he got home run hitting. I'm gonna roll with him.
All right. So
If Nick Chubb went down and they took a 6th-round pick to get him, I'd take him and
I'll
put him
tell
at
you,
kick returner.
The reality is Nick Chubb, I think, has missed at least one game every year, hasn't he?
Yeah, but if he went down,
How many games did Nick Chubb play last year?
they
Mike?
would alternate.
I think Chubb played 16.
It
Chubb
wouldn't
played
be.
all 17 last
Oh,
year.
he did?
Yeah.
Was that the first year he played every game?
No, 2019 he played 16, but
Okay.
he played 12 in 2020 and 14 in 2021.
It wouldn't
All right.
be just Jerome. Like if Nick Chubb went down, Jerome Ford wouldn't be just the back by himself. They'd alternate.
Well, they have Felton. They have, what's his name, that Kelly guy who used to be on the Rams, who's been with the team as like a 4th running back for the last
Jonathan
few
You
years.
sound you confident?
I mean, no, I'm not. If Nick Chubb gets hurt, yeah, I mean, now you don't have Kareem Hunt, but
Well, we really be in there. Deshaun Watson really got to earn.
you know what? There's always running backs that come out of nowhere. It seems to happen all the
Yeah.
time.
I'm okay. If they wanted to just
I'm
keep
okay with
Felton.
them going with what they got. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I'm too.
They
Well, I
trade for
said
Patterson,
that.
I'm good.
I
They
said
I'll
that
give
on
you-
Monday,
I'll
and
give you that.
I got.
You
It
said
wasn't
that.
you. It was.
Yeah.
Who
You said
was
that.
it?
It was Brad.
Oh, you
He
and
was giving-
Brad. Yeah,
What did he
scolded
want?
me.
Brad loves old guys. He wants Carmelo Anthony to play running back for the Browns.
He liked Zeke. He wanted Zeke.
The Browns are not signing
I
Zeke.
said that, and everybody I got
Zeke makes
scolded.
no sense for the Browns.
Scolded for about 15 minutes.
Well, you're right.
Thank you.
Zeke makes 0 sense. Zeke is not even like, at least with Cordarrelle Patterson, he has a different skill set than Nick Chubb. Zeke is the same back, it's just not as good as Nick
That's
Chubb.
what I said.
He's the same back.
I literally said the same. I
Yeah.
said the only way they would go after Zeke is if Nick Chubb went down.
No, hold on.
If Nick Chubb had a season-long injury, yeah, then go sign Zeke
And,
what I
Elliott.
said.
and by the way, it's not even the same because Zeke is not faster than Nick Chubb.
No, but
No explosiveness. Like he's just goal line. Well, that's what we were saying. He was like, we can only.
but
use
he's
him
a
on
power back like
I
Nick
said
Chubb is.
that.
Yes.
Whereas Cordarrelle Patterson's more of a scat back type of guy.
Yeah.
And like a Jerome Ford type of guy, as we talked about. Zeke Elliott makes no sense for the Browns. They're not signing him. It doesn't make any sense at all.